Who we are? I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think
What's going on? Well, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dave, coming at you live from Germany. And it's Monday, and we're having all kinds of issues, it looks like. It is Monday, and that means it is interview day, and you guys know exactly who we have with us today. The one, the only, WildSpartanz. What's going on, man? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. Thanks for slumming it.
Dead on. Yeah. This is a Dead on Dave live interview.
Yes, it is. In every sense of it, because we're already having like technical issues. It's wonderful. My God. But no, I really appreciate you coming on, man. Slumming down to my fucking level. I mean, Jesus. First Alex, now you. What's the world coming to? Holy God.
Well, slim it down. Dude, come on.
I got 8,500 subs and losing.
We know each other though.
Very true.
It's not like it's not like it's like, oh, I gotta go talk to this peasant on his podcast. it's not like that.
That's true.
I have to talk to this peasant.
But I gotta use a self-deprecation, or how am I gonna shield myself from criticism? Isn't that how the commentary community works? I don't know. I'm not exactly a part of it, but that's how it works.
Well,
right?
that's why I call myself fat. People, it's not. It's just such a common thing at this point. It's like, who cares?
Right. I almost called this interview "Two Fat Guys Fuck Around," but that it could have been taken completely differently, so I decided to go a different way. So completely
that's a good porn title.
Right? Yeah, start forest fires, friction burns. I can see it now. Fuck.
Fat Guys Around. That'd be a good porn title.
But yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Had Alex on a couple of weeks ago. That was a blast. So really, I know it's late. But I know I said it on Twitter, but congratulations on hitting 100K. Fucking great achievement. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what did that mean to you, man? That's the first question I got for you. What was that like? Did you ever see it coming?
I definitely saw it coming. Like, I'm not going to say, like, I never saw it coming, because obviously I did, right? Because it's like, once you get to a certain point, you definitely see it coming. But I didn't really see myself hitting 100,000 until probably 15 or 16, which is like 2 years ago, because like I started my channel when I was 12. I was making videos before that though. Like I have a fucking camcorder. 1 second, let me actually grab that.
You still have memories of days gone by.
This is the camcorder. I think I was 8 when I got this, and it's like a 240p camcorder. This is what I was making videos on when I was real young, and like I started videos then, and then when I was 12. I basically made it a goal to hit 100K. I even placed bets in middle school, and it was a $20 bet. And at the time, a $20 bet, a lot of money.
Fucking right. You know how many Pokemon cards you could buy at 12 years old? Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of the line for $20. So it was like, I made it a goal to basically upload as much as possible and try to get to like 100K. And when I was 12, it was more like hopes. It wasn't like I'm going to hit it. But then when I got older, it started being like I'm going to hit 100K. Type of thing, you know? Yeah. So it was like, I basically just pushed myself to get to it as much as I possibly could, because it's like, I don't believe in the whole, like, I don't think YouTube's luck as much as people make it out to be. I think it's a lot more just hard work on the website, because it's like, some people are lucky, I agree. Like, my first blow-up period was luck. I agree with that, because I had no idea what I was doing then. But if you figure out what you're doing, it's not luck.
I think there's parts to it. I think it's not mutually exclusive. I think it's all about timing. I mean, I've always thought about luck presents itself to the people who have shown that they're ready to capitalize on it. That's how I've always looked at it. So I think there is some truth to that. It doesn't always have to be about luck, but with YouTube, we've seen a lot of people, you know, hit that algorithm lottery at perfect timing. I mean, with your boy especially. I mean, we'll talk about him a little bit, of course, but Kavos. I mean, Kavos grinds. You got to give him credit for that. But he hit the algorithm lottery. He had the right people around him.
Definitely.
Had the best news cycle we've had in 2 fucking years in the commentary community. It was just a perfect storm. And he was different enough from other people in some ways that, you know, the association helps as well. So he grew. He fucking took off like a rocket. And nobody knows exactly why. I don't even know Kavos knows why. Nobody knows why.
I know exactly why.
Oh, okay.
I know exactly why. So I like the algorithm, because I'm not like most people tend to be like, oh, algorithm's the big bad thing that ruins your channel, right? I think that's a bad way of looking at it, because if it's something that can ruin your channel, it's also something that can grow your channel. So I don't see why you would look at a formula that you could figure out as something that could ruin you when you could make it something that can only help you, right? Because that's all it is. It's like a formula. The reason Kavos blew up is because this is like basically it. He was such a cunt in his videos that he got both sides angry, like extremely angry, or like people who agreed with him they agreed a lot because it was like their thoughts, like, oh, Jake Paul's a massive cunt, right? They agreed because it's like that, they wouldn't say that themselves. It was like an agreement, so that they commented, liked him like that. And the people who defended Jake Paul and the people who didn't like Kavos also disliked and commented. All his videos that blew up like a mass amount all had 50-50 dislike to like ratios. And it's like, that has been so, like, for what I've seen, it's so evident that's what gets videos pushed, because it's like, even Alex, I have access to Alex's channel as a manager, and like his streamer video, it got posted to the Ice Poseidon subreddit, and it got flocked with dislikes, right? And that video, out of all the videos he's made in the past couple months, has stayed in like the recommended for like days, weeks, pretty much.
Because it has high interaction.
Alex's video. Yeah, exactly. So it's usually Alex's videos die down within like the first couple days, right? They usually don't stay in, but the dislikes have kept it in. So it's constantly getting like, let me check, I think 200 views an hour still, which is a lot for an old video.
For an old video?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I've even talked to Brad, and he's like, yeah, even 100 views an hour for a video that's a week or two old. Yeah, no, he's getting 400 views an hour on it.
Good God.
7,000 views a day on the video. So it's like, it's such... interaction so important. And then it's like, also looking back at it, my old videos that blew up, I made like 3 videos on Keemstar because I had one blow up video and I took advantage of it.
No blaming there, Jesus.
Yeah, so it was like, those videos got like 400k views, and I had no idea why at the time, but it was like clickbait, and then it was like such a mixed opinion because like the videos weren't very good. Like, I 100% agree. They're not very good videos at all. So it's like, people who were like, this is a bad video, disliked it. But people who agreed with me liked it and left a comment. So it's just all an interaction. It's also, I don't know why Leafy blew up exactly. Actually, it could have been overwhelmingly positive responses. But yeah, it's all interesting because it's like, you can kind of look and see why people blew up specifically. And it's like, I don't see why people would make the algorithm out to be their enemy when it's like, you can make it your friend, you know, especially when it's like, it's not that complicated. Like, the answers are literally everywhere. It's like likes, subscriptions, and dislikes, and comments, everything that helps with interaction, and then watch time. That's pretty much all you need. So yeah. All
right. Well, flip it around a little bit. So you just evaluated why Kavos blew up. Is it the same reasons why you've been able to get to 100K? And if so, why haven't you hit the exact same flow pattern that Kavos did?
Because the one key thing you need with a channel, this is why smaller channels have such a hard time, you need the initial interaction in the video. So I never really got huge shout outs from people, right? But Kavos did from Keem twice. So he had this boost, right? And when you get a certain boost, you can propel videos a lot farther. And if you get the right topic, you can propel a video with lesser of a boost way farther. For example, I made a video about Philip DeFranco a while ago because like everyone was talking about the whole Patreon thing, and they're like, "Oh, he's scamming his fans." I disagree, but I clickbaited.
I'm one of the few who do as well.
Yeah, I disagree because it's like, he could be a lot worse. He could be a lot worse.
I haven't seen any evidence yet that he is fucking actually ripped off his fans. Yet.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and the problem is he doesn't update people publicly. He updates them on Patreon, like what's happening. So the people who don't donate don't know.
Right.
So that's an issue, I think, with it. But I don't know. He doesn't make any money off of AdSense, I think, anymore, because like, the demonetization bot picks up on pretty much any keyword he'd ever use. So I don't think he makes like anything off of AdSense. So it makes sense to me. But, and he also pays, like, he rents a place in LA, he pays an entire it's a huge thing. But I made that video, and my channel was fairly under at the time. I can actually probably check how many views I got in the first day, and it got 500,000 right now. It's 5 months old. So it's just all in. Like, let's see what it got the first day. It's just kind of like all in, like, how you like get your video off. Like, so in the first day of upload, that video only got 6K views. So it was like, that was more of a luck scenario, I think, with that one.
So it just kind of hit.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly why it hit, but there is like a base formula where it's like views in the first couple hours, crucial to video's performance. And if you get those views in the first couple hours, the video has a lot more potential in search.
See, now I've heard this before, but I still never hear that. How do you achieve that? How do you get those first views an hour? How do you, like, what do you have to do? It's just
you have to slowly build up your audience, so to the point where it's like your sub, like the whole point is it's like you're supposed to gather subs and you're supposed to basically get those subs in, and they're supposed to like continuously watch your videos. And like for normal growth, your sub views should be constantly increasing. You know, of course you'll have people bail on your channel because that's just what happens. But the sub views overall should be increasing, and then that should overall increase your presence in search and recommended, and then so it's like a constant growth. That's why it's like once a channel's hit a certain point, they grow a lot faster because it's like they have the initial boost for videos. Now I've been looking into this, but I can't tell if there's any like weighted amount of like I'm trying to see if there's a weight given to sub views versus non-sub views, but I can't tell. But I think that'd be interesting to find out.
So what it really comes down to is one word: grind. You just have to grind. You have to continue to grind. Yeah. Basically.
I mean, like people used to fucking rag on trending topics all the time. People kind of stop now because it's like they realize that it's real dumb, because it's like that's how you pretty much grow in commentary. And it's like I never understood it because it's not like I hate these topics when I'm talking about them. These topics I genuinely have an interest in. I've been on YouTube for years. I have an interest in the ecosystem. So it's like I never understood why people are like trending topics. That's bad.
Well, it's the whole you're just doing it for views, which is the whole fucking point. You know, I
like views.
It's like, oh God, I worked 30 minutes on this video. I busted my ass. God, I hope no one watches it. Hope nobody checks it out. Yes, because that's the logic that you want. Good God, I like getting nothing in return for my time.
Yeah, the most ironic part about like the whole trending topic thing, it's like when smaller channels talk about bigger YouTubers talking about trending topics, it's like they're technically talking about a trending topic. That's the best part.
The hypocrisy is never ending on YouTube. It's beautiful to watch. My God, it really is.
I mean, like people are hypocrites all the time in general, and I feel like people just don't realize it.
Right. We talk all the time. Yeah, we talk all the time. Of course, we're going to step over what we say at times. It's going to happen.
Yeah. My God. It's bound to happen. I mean, like, I don't think holding stuff against someone from like 3 years ago is a bit much, but like people try to discredit things from like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think people change that much. Like
people can't change their minds on things. I mean, when things happen from one period to another, especially when it's things with YouTube, anything can happen to where, man, all right, I didn't feel this way at this point, but I do now. And I think as long as somebody admits to that, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. You know, I think clarifying your opinion, like I changed what I thought, is what you should do most of the time. Yeah. But yeah, some people don't. It's like they get flack for it. It's like, obviously you're going to get flack for it. Yeah. You never clarified, just change your stance.
If you forget about it completely and then write it off, of course you're going to get shit for it, and you should. It's just, that's part of the game.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. Now, I kind of want to go back to the beginning just a little bit, because that's what every interview does in the world, and I am no different. But I'm not going to get bored with all the beginning, because you did talk about how you started with, video games and everything, and that was interesting to me, because in your latest video, which I actually really did enjoy, the Cuphead video, the video game's too hard, you talked a lot about your past in video games. So that's how you started. How did that all begin? You were the kid with the camera, at 8 years old, that wanted is just this a desire to be in front of a camera. How did it all start?
So when I first started, I was making stupid videos with my friends on this camera right here. It was just making dumb videos, basically. And then I kind of got into gaming more. I think it was my dad introduced me to gaming when I was young. I think the first game I really played on the PC was called Serious Sam. I don't know if you've ever played it.
You're still young though, right? I mean,
yeah.
I think you're literally half my age.
I'm 17.
Yeah, you're literally half my age. Incredible. I hate you.
I can't remember when I played it, but I played it when I think I was around 8 or 9, which you probably shouldn't let an 8 or 9-year-old play that game, because it's a very gory game. I don't think my mom let me play it, but my dad's like, "Here, play it," while she's not looking. And then, and that's kind of how I got started on PC. And then I got Minecraft, and then I played Minecraft a lot. Like I wish I could track my hours in that game.
Good God.
But I have a lot of hours in Minecraft, and I remember there was like a time where I was like super into it, and like I was playing Faction Wars. I don't know if you ever played that, but it was like, yeah, it was basically like people would create factions, and like I remember in the server, it was called it wasn't Notchcraft. I can't remember it, but no, Novice Craft. Or Novice Craft, whatever, something like that.
If it would have been Crotchcraft, it would have sounded more like fucking Minecraft. My God.
Yeah. And then and then we had like it was such a weird dynamic because it's like I met these two kids, one named Jake, he was British, and one named Quastel. I don't even know where he was from. He talked funny, and his name was Quastel. And then we just kind of like, I don't know, we just kind of made videos on there, and then we played and things like that. My channel actually started as a group channel, interesting enough.
Really?
But then nobody else did work on it, so I took it over.
Are we gonna get a resurgence one day and do Spartans Does Minecraft? That'd be fucking amazing.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe when my YouTube channel's done.
You gotta wait till you're about 25, 26 years old, when maybe kids start looking a little bit more appealing to you. Then you can go back to the Minecraft fucking community. Be great. Be great. That's what they do. That's what they do. I'm just saying. Not all of them. Most of them. That's all I'm saying.
I think most of them are like, I think like the problem with YouTube, and I think a lot of these like entertainers on YouTube, is the fact that like a lot of them are awkward.
Yeah.
And that's why they go to YouTube. Yeah. Because it's like a place where they can feel at home, and the reason they're awkward is because they're weird and they like kids. Not all the time. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, that is one reason I would definitely fucking think they go. My God. So you went through all of that, and so how did it go from the video games? Did you just start spinning your wheels? Did you start just having different interests? What happened where you made the change?
So I've always been interested in like YouTube drama, as like petty as it sounds. It's always been interested to me because it's like these people, like I never imagined like these people in such high positions could be so irresponsible with their positions and so bad with it. I never thought that would happen. I think the first guy I talked about was, I think, Sam Pepper. Either that or no. Yes, it was Sam Pepper. It was Sam Pepper. I was making gaming content at the time, and this is when Leafy started going up. And like I got the idea of like, hey, I'll make a commentary similar to Leafy. And I made a Sam Pepper video about Leafy. And I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was one of my most well done videos at the time, like in terms of like view performance. So like that's kind of like what got me to switch, because it's like everyone wants views, right? Like like that's why they do YouTube. Like if you say you don't want views, like don't post any content of anything trending. Like avoid views as much as possible. You know,
it's just another video game. It's points. It's just another video game.
Yeah. So like let me see if I can find the video. But the video did really well at the time for like what I was used to getting.
Yeah.
Like I was getting like 1,000 views a video, maybe at that time, like maybe a little bit less. The video got 8K.
Oh wow!
So like for me, that was a huge increase. So then I made more commentaries slowly but surely, and it's like I eventually just got to the point where it was like I'm gonna make more commentaries and make them better than everyone else. Which at the time they were a lot better. Like I put like an insane amount of effort into my commentaries, and it's kind of. I don't know how I went from putting that much effort in to stooping so low with like production value. Because like I look back on it, I'm like, what was he thinking? Because it's like when I did it might have been the camera switch, and I just wasn't used to it. Because like gameplay was really well edited and well done in my opinion. But then I switched to fucking face cam, and the first bit of it was just like real bad, like real bad. You know,
we all go through learning curve, and it happens to all of us. I'm still learning. Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. Shit, I have no idea. No idea, not a clue. But it's you.
I have a fancy mic today.
Right.
I know what I'm doing.
I have Mike Dingo in front of me. I'm good to go. You brought up, being interested in the YouTube drama. And, one thing that we already talked about a little bit is your age. And that seems to be one of the biggest criticisms that I see about you. And in fact, I got this question to directly ask you from about 3 different people. So I'm going to ask you this, and it's probably going to insult you, but it's from a viewer. So... Okay. Do you think that there is a problem, you personally, as a 17-year-old person on the internet, basically telling other people at times how to live and how to, not moralizing per se, but certainly telling them what to do with their channel? It seems like that seems to be one of the biggest criticisms that you get, is this 17-year-old kid is telling this guy to get off the fucking platform. Do you feel that's legitimate?
I don't think you can. I understand. Like, I understand discrimination. Not discrimination. Is a bad word. I understand being biased because of my age. I understand that completely because I'm biased of kids my age, right? I think like teens are inherently dumb. Like as bad as that sounds, they are inherently dumb. Yeah. Like they literally are not developed. Like the part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, the thing that makes them think, isn't developed. It's not done yet. So it's like teens are inherently dumb, and like I could definitely see why someone would get upset with me with my opinion, but I feel like I think my opinion's through a lot more now than I used to a year ago.
Right.
So it's like, and I think that I think I'm growing, and I think I'm gonna keep growing, and I think my opinions will keep changing. But I don't think like you shouldn't write off my opinion just because of my age. You should hear what my opinion is and why I have it, and then be like, okay, is he thinking this because he's young and doesn't understand it, or is his opinion just bad? I don't think my age should have I've seen some smart kids, like real smart young kids. It's not necessarily like out of the norm on YouTube. There's some real smart young kids, right? And the whole like, oh, he's 17, his opinion means nothing thing, I think that's dumb if the opinion's like backed by valid information. Like who was he referencing when I said it should be off YouTube? Because I'm assuming it's probably
the latest was Daddy 05. The latest was Daddy 05. That was where I
saw. Oh yeah, they should be gone. They abused the fucking kids.
Well, that was the latest backlash that I saw. Was there was a group out there who I'm actually friends with, so I'm not throwing them under the bus or anything, because I think it's important to look at all sides of arguments, and this is one of them where it's like, why is a 17-year-old kid saying that these grown-ups should, essentially, lose their kids, be off the internet?
First off, like I will say this openly with confidence: Daddy 05 and Family 05, they're retards. They're stupid. Like seriously, their titles are riddled with grammar mistakes, and that's coming from me. I suck at English, okay? Right. And it's like for example, Ryan cuts himself.
Yeah.
No one says cuts himself. They say cut himself, not himself. So it's like, do you really think they should be on the platform when they're clickbaiting their kids' misery and basically publicizing their life like a drama TV show? Because drama TV shows are fake.
Right.
They're not real. But this is real. These parents are publicizing their kids' lives, mostly the negative parts, for YouTube views. Mm-hmm. How could you think that my opinion is irrational? Like, I don't...
But I think that there was another point to it which some people were making, is the fact that there's been so much it's kind of the clickbait argument in some ways. And, the biological mother wants all the views to be gone. They don't really want them talking, which she has no right to fucking ask, by the way. I totally disagree with that point.
No, the biological mother's in support of people making videos on them.
Well, I've seen her in the past say she doesn't want anybody talking about her kids anymore. So, but I don't know if she's changed.
I can't remember who I got the tweet from, but I got a tweet from an account, and it was a video of her thanking people for the support.
She's flip-flopped, to be fair. Throughout the entire Joyce Sparkle situation and all that, she has flip-flopped. So, it's...
Yeah, I mean, well, it was recent.
I think it's irrelevant, really. I think it's, honestly, at this point, those kids, it's saying, let's talk about 9/11, but we can't show any of the footage of the buildings going down. You show the footage and you show what's happening so you can make a connection and people can know how horrible this shit is. So that's why I think it's a weak argument.
Yeah, the whole point is to show how terrible Daddy 05 is, because Daddy 05 is not a good person. I don't care what you say. In my opinion,
he's not.
He's a garbage human.
I agree with you.
Like he abused it. Like he doesn't abuse his biological kids nearly as much as Cody, and I think Emma was her name.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Okay, he doesn't abuse them nearly as much as he abused those two. That's because of his biological kids. He obviously had a bias, right? And it's like, I think from what I've seen, his biological kids are a lot more roughhousey and a lot more rough than those two. Yeah, like him. So it's not that big of an issue. In the grand scheme of things, I think, but I do think that, I don't know. I just don't want him on the platform. I don't like how he's clickbaiting his kids. Like, the content itself isn't horrific. It's not terrible. Daddy 05 was definitely a lot worse. But on Family 05, it seems a lot more mundane.
Right.
Like basically his verbal abuse and things like that. But it's like, I understand this child discipline as well. Like people discipline children differently. Some beat their kids, some just yell at the kids, some give their kids timeouts. But it's like, that shouldn't be public. It should not be recorded and publicized for views. If you're going to discipline your kids, do it off camera. Like, you shouldn't record your kids' breakdown and post it on YouTube. You just shouldn't do that. That's not good.
Emma and Cody are also his biological kids as well, correct? They're just from the other woman. They're from the biological mother.
The other
They're
mother.
still
My
his
bad.
kids.
My
Yeah.
bad.
They're from the first marriage. Now, I just want to make that quick little correction there.
Yeah. I don't know why. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I didn't, because it was, that was dumb. But
yeah, my chat always corrects. Don't worry. They're very good for telling us when we're stupid.
But back on the opinion thing, it's like I'm a kid. You can discredit my opinion if you want because you think I'm a kid. But it's like, if you don't listen to what I say and you just discredit me because my age, I think that's stupid. Yeah. It's like, oh, he's a 17-year-old kid, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I think that's stupid because there are smart kids. Now, I don't think I'm incredibly smart by any means. Because I don't know. I don't think I'm that smart, but I do think that I have common sense.
Right.
In a lot of aspects, especially when it comes to YouTube, because it's like I've been doing this for so long. So I don't know. It kind of just depends. Like I could see how you could like justify someone's actions, like a dumb kid's actions, as like, oh, he's just being a dumb kid. You know, it's not that big of a deal, right? Because it's like some kids can do some things adults can't. It's because they're younger and stupider, right? So I get that, but discarding my opinion just because of my age without listening to my opinion, I think is stupid.
Do you also think it's fair that some people had a problem with the fact that you're saying that he shouldn't have the kids at all because you are 17? Now, that might be a little bit more valid because of your age, but still, at the same time, why can't you have that opinion? That's what I don't understand. Why can't you have that opinion? I don't get that. I
watched the video. I talked to other people, and we talked about it, and we all pretty much came to the conclusion, mostly adults, like 20, 30s, like that he shouldn't have his kids.
Right.
Like plain and simple. I don't think he should have his kids. I don't think, because it's like either that or they need to stop recording and publicizing their lives like that. It's not good for the kids.
Right.
I don't think the kid should be in that position because it's like it's not like it's their choice. I mean, I'm sure they consent to it because like they're of age to consent to things like that, but it's like I don't think it's a good idea. And I feel like part of the issue is that this is Family 05's job. That's how they pay the bills for the kids, right? They don't have any other income. So it's like, even if the kids didn't want to be in the videos, I don't think they'd have much choice because it's either my family doesn't eat or they make a video about me cutting myself.
Yeah. Well, and it's YouTube. You know, I mean, what kid's that age is not going to be like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to possibly become famous. I don't want to you know what I mean? It's like, it's not hard to convince kids of that age to be a part of something like this, fake or not.
Yeah, like for example, yeah, for example, like I think kids at that age and like younger ages don't necessarily understand like the implications of being big on YouTube. Like Keemstar's daughter, for example, his daughter said he wanted to do YouTube, right?
Yeah.
His daughter said she wanted to do YouTube, and she was bugging him for it. He made a Twitter video, and like this is one of the times I really agree with Keem, and he was talking about it, and he just said like, if I made it, you're gonna get so much hate, but if I don't, she's gonna be upset over me about this for a while. And he basically was like, I don't know what to do, but he ended up not doing the YouTube channel for her, and I 100% agree with that.
Yeah,
because it's like, I think like Keem's been improving. I'll give him that. I still don't personally like him very much, but he's definitely been improving. But Keemstar's daughter going on YouTube, she'd get flocked with hate.
Oh God, it would have been a disaster.
Yeah, it would have been a disaster. And it's like sometimes it just shouldn't. Kids just shouldn't be on YouTube, especially when their parents are bad.
A lightning rod. Yeah,
no one likes their parents. So
the sins of the father, after all, you know. I go through the same thing. My kid wants to start doing Minecraft herself. She's 12 years old. I'm like, I'm a fat shit. I've worn mankinis on the internet. Not a good idea. It's a bad situation. Yeah. Let's not do that.
Let's not have. That's a bad idea.
It's a terrible
especially
idea.
Minecraft. Out of all things, Minecraft.
It's all she loves it. She plays it all the time. She can't get enough of it. But still, no, I think that's actually a really, really good response to all that criticism. I think that you handled that quite well. It's not an easy situation to ever handle, by the way. Honestly, you could have said fuck them, and I would have accepted that completely as well, because you are, just as anybody else, you can have your opinion, man. You know?
Yeah, I'm entitled to my opinion. Absolutely. It's like, even though you might think my opinion is stupid, my opinion is your opinion is stupid. If I just said fuck him, it's like validating the fact that, like, oh, he's just a dumb 17-year-old.
I love
like,
the fact that
validation.
You didn't. I love the fact that you didn't. So that was great.
Yeah.
All right. So I kind of want to move on a little bit from that into something else, because a little more fun, upbeat, because this is something that this is where I love. You've gotten to do events and conventions, and honestly, for me, that's like one of the coolest things about being a creator, is that we have that possibility, because it's like being a celebrity. We are, I mean, in senses, kind of are. We have people who are watching us, and and some more than others, obviously. I've yet to attend one, but I was just wondering, how's that entire experience overall been for you? And have you met anyone or had any encounters that really stand out?
VidCon was absolutely amazing. It was amazing. It was like an eye-opener for a lot of things, and it was just like a way to meet new people, and it was also a way to see how people were without a camera and like without being online. Like, for example, one of the people I made a video on in the past, Vega, she was memeing on Twitter, and like I thought it was real at first, but she was memeing at me, basically saying like, "Oh, let's fight," because like I made the video on her, and like I called her a hoe, quote unquote. Right? And she was upset, like she was memeing. I didn't realize she was memeing. I thought she was being serious, right?
Shit.
And then we met, and like we had a little spat, but then we eventually were like, "This is stupid," and like we made up over it. And Celestia is a nice girl. Yeah. She's a nice girl.
Smoking hot, too, just saying, just throw it out there. I'm perv. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Scoot. But, yeah, by the way, 10 points to Alex. He totally called that you were going to talk about Celestia Vega. He totally called it. Well, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big thing at the event. It was like because it's like I was talking to Alex, and I'm like, I think Celestia is pissed at the video I made. She was in LA. She lives in LA, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of just, I don't know, we sorted that out, and we talked, and like she's not bad at all. That's one of the key things that opened my eyes, and was just like, these are just people.
Right.
Like they're not like evil masterminds or some wacky shit like that. They're just people, Yeah. So, and then also around VidCon, like that was like pretty much the only like quote, like that was really the only negative experience, and that even turned out positive. Everything else was just fantastic. Like meeting people that watched my videos was great, because it was like instant click, because it's like I thought it was gonna be awkward, but it was like these people know who you are, and you can bounce back on what they know,
right?
And you can talk to them, and it was like, and it was just so interesting. And like meeting everyone that I knew online, that was amazing. It was like, it was great. It was fantastic. Even people I didn't think I was gonna like very much, it was like they turned out fine. So it was.
That VidCon looks so much fun. It looks so much fun, and it's just like
I'm worried that we're gonna go next year, and it's not gonna be the same.
I'm going next year. I don't give a shit. I don't care if I even crack 10K. I'm going. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna have a good time, and I got to be a part of it, because that amount of fun that you guys had was incredible. The party was not even at VidCon. It was at your guys' house. Leon Lush barbecuing shit up. Oh my god! Unbelievable. Yeah. Just everybody come together like that.
So, we had like 4 parties out of the 5 days from the house. It was like we got one night of good sleep, and that's it. Everything else was up till 4 a.m. up at 8. Fucking
oh god,
bad.
And just imagine. Yeah, that is accepted because you're a creator. How did that go?
It felt normal. It felt fine. Like so.
Home.
It just felt like I was hanging out with friends. Like, I mean, Alex is fairly young too. Like, we're like a year apart. Like, not even a full year apart. So it was like, I don't know. It felt fine. I didn't feel like I was outcast or anything like that because of my age. I felt fine. It felt normal. It's like I've talked to these people before, and it's like, I don't know. I've kind of been brought up around older kids and adults. Because like YouTube, so it's like, and the people have always thought I've been older, so they've always kind of just, because like my voice has always been deep, so people have kind of just always like accepted me in older groups without knowing my age, and they figure out my age and they're all surprised. So it's like I kind of just am used to it. So
you do have an incredibly deep voice, incredibly. I want to apologize to the chat if there is some stream issues. I don't know what it's going on with it. Sorry about that. And of course, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But yeah, that's a hell of an experience. It really is.
Yeah, I'm definitely going next year. I mean, I'm probably going to go to PAX East as well. I have a friend Joe that Diesel that I want to meet, but he couldn't go last year to VidCon because he had work because he works a summer job, so he couldn't go. He does YouTube. He's like 2K, but yeah. And it was also great meeting Alex. It was also great meeting Anthony. It's like those are the two people that I like talked to the most throughout like the year that we've known each other basically. So it was great meeting them. And it's like we also had like a second house that was that was way too small. We thought it looked bigger. And then we stayed there for like another week and a half, and like I don't know, we just chilled basically. It was great.
That's pretty cool. Now moving on from that, I want to go to somewhere else here because you yourself is interesting. And this is the one thing that Alex was kind of telling me about, which made me really it was just your overall attitude and how you kind of deal with things and talk about stuff. And you've had a pretty wild up and down journey on YouTube. At times, you've been a little bit of a punching bag for people, and we've talked about with like Kavos and Keem and stuff. What do you think the perception of you is? First by the viewers that watch you, and then by other creators.
Other creator. Okay, so the viewers that watch me, I don't think they see me as being different people they watch. It's being a YouTuber, basically, right? There's nothing more, nothing less. But other creators, this is the thing. I know for a fact other creators, I'm not gonna say exactly who, because it's like, I don't know if their opinions are actually there like that, or just assumptions, basically. But other creators do view me and Alex differently to people that do similar things, but not as obviously.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I'm very blatant when I talk about something trending, for example, but some people kind of like just slide it in. It's not blatant at all. So it's like, I definitely agree that like at the time that I really got the reputation, it was deserved. My content was terrible, right? I could definitely see why you'd think certain things. But now it's faded. It's not really there anymore. I mean, like, Kavos certainly doesn't like me still. He thinks my content's terrible. It's like, that's his opinion. He can think what he wants. But like, there's definitely a difference between the way viewers perceive and other creators perceive. And it's like, the only reason I have like the reputation of being the trending topic guy is, one, trending topics, and two, it's like, I never really got super close to people because it's just like, I don't know. I keep it to myself to some extent, you know. It's like I never made the difference between me and Alex when we first rose up in community. Alex talked to people before they found out he existed on YouTube, so it was like they didn't have a judgment already there. It was kind of just like, this is a person, and I'm going to talk to this person. I like this person, and they see his channel, they're like, oh, he's a good person. It doesn't matter. But I never really had that introduction. So it was like people saw my channel and they just saw trending topics and are just like, he's a money whore, or he doesn't like what he does. So it was like those types of assumptions I didn't like, because it's like, it was so unrealistic, because it's like, if I was a money whore, I'd be making videos like Extract Hub, for example.
Right.
I wouldn't be making commentary. This commentary is not that like, it's not that profitable of a genre at all. It really isn't.
Especially
like,
not anymore.
Sure, you can make a living off of it. Like, ads have gotten a lot better, but you can make a living off of it potentially. Like, I'm getting there at this point, but it's like, you're not going to make millions in commentary. At least I don't think you will, unless you change yourself up in the future. If you stay to your current like status quo, you're not going to make millions in your YouTube career. You're just not. So it's not like, I'd be a lot better off making videos like Extract Hub that are just like 10-minute drawn out videos about KSI having cancer than I would be making videos about Rice Gum and why I think what he does is bad. So yeah, I mean, I definitely agree the reputation was deserved then, but now it's kind of just like, I don't see it budging purely off the fact that there's no obvious reason for it to budge, you know? So it's like, the only thing that's really important is viewers perceiving me in a good way, and like understanding who I am as a person, and also content creators kind of just like having like somewhat respect for me. I mean, like, all the people I met at VidCon, we're all on the same page as just being people, right? But like, there's some people that I know that just perceive me in a bad light based off the trending topic stuff. That's pretty much it.
With that being said,
it's like,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, which is gonna like, okay.
It's all you do, shrug at the end of the day. So with that being said, what do you think the biggest misconception about you is currently?
See, I haven't heard any misconceptions as of recent, to be honest. I mean, like, I haven't really heard anything super negative about me. I mean, the only one I could think of is, like, I don't actually care about my audience or what I produce, which is just flat out wrong. I've been spending like 6 to 8 hours on every video.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's like no exaggeration. I record and I stay up probably till I upload it. So.
Well, that's fair enough. Well, okay, so fair enough on that. What do you think is the most fair criticism about you currently?
I'm not funny. I think that's fair. I don't think, like, personally, I don't think I'm funny. Like, occasionally I'll try to make a joke, but like I've had viewers tell me I'm funny, but I don't think I'm funny. I try to be entertaining. That's why I have the editing style I do, because it's like I took what I can do best and I amplified it. Right? And it's like my editing is what keeps me engaged with my own content when I watch it back, right? And I think that's more entertaining than it is funny. I don't particularly think I'm funny, and it's like that's a totally valid criticism, right? I'm not that funny. Like, it's like, yeah, I'll call WildSpartanz not funny, but it's just like I don't think she's funny at all. It's like that's also my opinion. So it's kind of like I know I'm not funny. Right. I don't try to really be funny. I try to be more entertaining than anything, because like humor is not my forte, especially since I like really dark humor a lot of the time. So it's nothing that I'm great at. So
fair enough.
Yeah, probably the funny thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think that's more than fair. Now, 2 weeks ago, we had Alex on, as we talked about a little bit, and I think you know who that is. And frankly, your name came up a fuck ton, a lot, like bromance type of shit. Now, even more than Copious' name, which is fucking saying something. And based off of how much Alex told me, I knew that this is why we're doing the interviews, because I knew I had to talk to you. Now, I kind of want to knock this out right now. I want to get, because this is, I know that everybody was wondering where this was going to go. So let's just knock it out. Alex says that you were the main reason why he made his pretty fucking effective video on Copious. What are your thoughts on that, and really about the Copious situation in general?
The thoughts on like him making the video?
Yeah, because of you.
Or
because you being
I think the video force. Yeah, I think the video needed to be made, because I think Copious, I know he's going to disagree with this. I think Copious has an ego that needs to be stomped down. It's too big. Like it's way too big. He thinks he's some kind of YouTube god per se, right?
With the way he
and
grew.
It's just like, yeah, I don't blame him for having an ego over his growth, right? Yeah. But it's like it's like you can't even disagree that he is a cunt on Twitter and YouTube. You can't even disagree with that. And it's like, that's why people don't like him. It's not because he grew fast. It's not because he made clickbait content. It's because he's a cunt on Twitter and YouTube. That's literally it. That's the only reason people really don't like him. And then it's like the Alex video, there was like a few problems with it.
Yeah.
And then Copious made it such a huge deal of those few issues.
Right.
Right. And it's like, I understand why you'd be upset over someone lying and maybe getting your character wrong, right? But then you have to also look back to when he made the videos on me. He basically did the same thing, right? I'm not necessarily lying, but he did get my character wrong.
Well, it's perception.
Never. Yeah, it's all perception, but he hammered that point in. And there was even a point in the video, he's just like, I will not stand for people like mischaracterizing me. It's just like, maybe
was over
you
the
should do some
Patreon
self-reflection.
This was over the Patreon
yeah.
thing. I mean, that's what it really was specifically about, which I don't think Alex lied at all about it. I think Alex told the exact truth of the facts of what happened and then perceived them the way that he did. Now, Copious has every right to fucking disagree with it, but it doesn't make Alex a liar. And I told Copious that recently. It does not make Alex a liar. It means his perception of him just doesn't mesh up with what Copious feels. That's all it is.
Yeah, the issue is... Yeah, the issue with the thing that Copious doesn't understand, which is very crucial, perception always trumps reality. It doesn't matter if you're a fantastic person. If you're on Twitter going after kids for making a video called "Why I Hate SS Sniper Wolf," well, this will make you hate SS Sniper Wolf. We're gonna think you're an ass because you're giving this perception you are. It doesn't matter how real you are behind the scenes. It doesn't matter how nice you are. If you're an ass in the public eye, people are gonna think you're an ass because perception trumps the reality of the situation. Yeah. It's that simple, right? So it's like you can call it being real, but it's like, I just think you're just being a cunt. that's pretty much like to it. And like from what I remember with the Copious Patreon video, he removed the video on the Patreon because it got a significant amount of hate, and his Patreon didn't do too well. The dislike ratio was something like, I think it was 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Dislike to like. So it wasn't good. It wasn't received well. So it's like, I get why he'd remove it, but it's like, man, it's just like, it's like the exact thing he criticized me for.
Right.
He's doing, which I think is really stupid. Like,
it's certainly criticizable. It's certainly critiquable. There's no question about that.
But yeah, and then the problem is, it's like, he'd probably see this live stream and just be like, wow, what a fat retard going on stream and lying about me. And it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
Like think about what I'm saying, and maybe like disagree or agree and give me reasons why, you know, if you're going to respond to this, Mr. Kavos. Now, I do have you blocked because you tweeted at me about 70 times. That is no exaggeration, by the way. He like, when he first made that video, he would not stop tweeting at me, and I blocked him because he was annoying.
Yeah. I think you've just got to be able to take it sometimes. And the fact is, Alex was the first guy I feel to really, really hit Kavos at this level. And it stunned him. But I got to give credit to Kavos. He's come back strong. I feel the videos that he's made since he's come back have been very good. He seems to have toned down some of the shit that he was critiqued for, but while still, you know, going back at Alex, which I think was the worst video he's done since he's come back. You know, I hated that video. I thought it was a terrible response overall. I thought it was far too long. I don't think it really succeeded in what he was trying to do. I think it helped Alex's case more than anything else. But that being said, like Tommy C has said many times, Kavos is a quick study, and he knows how to fucking, he adapts. And I think he's doing a great job of trying to move on a little bit, but he's got to stop fucking caring so much about what all you motherfuckers say about him. It does not matter.
It's like, yeah, I don't even, to be honest, I don't try to like, I don't go out of my way to talk shit about Kavos on Twitter. Like, I just don't, because it's not worth it. But it's like, if he says something real stupid and it involves me to any degree, I'll probably tweet about it, because it's like, it's just kind of like,
it's what you do.
You have to like self-reflect. It's like, yeah, but yeah, I tweet about people doing dumb shit, yeah, because I'm a commentator. But it's just like, yeah, but it's like, you kind of have to self-reflect and realize you could be wrong in a situation.
Right.
You can't always be right, you know. And it's like, I don't know. I can already imagine him just taking what I'm saying right now and just coming back like, you're such an idiot. Like, oh, like.
But I mean, in some ways that would prove the point. I think that in this case, there's really not anything new that's being brought to where, why rehash it? You know, on his case, we're talking about it in context because this is all kind of fresh from my interview. So that's why it's being brought up now. But for him to go, if he were to like come back, it would really make no sense. But it is what it is at the end of the day. And I appreciate you being open about it. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now, Kavos, of course, the video that was in question was WildSpartanz is the worst commentary channel on the internet.
Yeah.
So that being said, as a commentary channel, even as a creator, what do you think your personal strengths are?
My personal strengths, I have a very assertive personality. I feel like it's different to a lot of people's. I don't think there's someone exactly like me on YouTube. I don't think there's someone similar. I know how to edit fast and quick. Well, those are the two same things, but I know how to edit well and quick.
Accurately.
English is not my strong suit.
No, it's okay. You're in the right place. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
I know how to look at a situation, like, or like an algorithm or a formula per se, and like figure it out. I mean, that's what I've been doing for a while. So it's like, I also have a lot of drive. Yeah. I'd say. Like a lot of drive. I see people all the time like not want to upload something, and it's like, I always want to upload more. Like always. It's actually a problem, because it's like, I want to it's like, because it's like, even if I just want to sit down and chill, it's like there's like something inside me just telling me like, you need to work on a video, even though it's like I uploaded yesterday.
It's
like, you need to make another video. Yeah. It's I'm basically a workaholic when it comes to YouTube. So
that's certainly not a negative.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's definitely not. But
even
yeah,
the people that a lot of
of
people don't like on the internet, one of their best, like Keemstar, for instance, and he's such a good example on so many things. That's why he gets brought up so much, even if he fucking hates it. But of all the things that you can criticize Keem for, the one thing that everybody should be a little bit more like Keem about is his fucking hustle. That dude is constantly grinding. There's no, I mean, fuck. It's incredible. I don't have it. I can't do it. I'd have ulcers. Fucking more props to him. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. So that should be very well commended. Now, those are your strengths. So you know I'm going to go next. What are your weaknesses?
My negatives? My weaknesses. I don't like seeing negative things about me. But
really?
I think that's a lot of people. It's yeah, because it's like, I feel like I understand myself as a person quite a bit, and it's like when I see negative things, it's like it's like a hard pill to swallow when they're right, but like a lot of the times now they're not really right. So it's kind of like you don't even want to see what it is, type of thing. It's like with comments, for example. The reason people don't really read comments on YouTube anymore, like when they get larger with creators, like everyone doesn't read them pretty much. It's just like it's such a mind fuck when you read the comments, because it's like someone will say something bad about the video, but then three other people will say there's something good, but then like that one bad person sticks out so much because it's just like, it's like you worry that like your content's not good enough or something's wrong, and it's just like, and then like something that bothers me when people type my title and put it in the comments because I think I messed something up in the title. That's annoying.
You know you're gonna get spammed with that now. Congratulations, good job. That's great.
Well, yeah, but it's like I usually read the comments for the first couple hours of the video because usually when they're pretty okay and good, and then I stop because it's just like it's like it gets to the point where it's just kind of like it just makes you doubt everything. That's why I don't like seeing negative things about me, because it makes me doubt a lot of things, and then like. And it's like, of course I'm gonna be biased, and then be like, but I have more subs in the sense of like, oh, I've gotten to this point with this method. Why is like that bad all of a sudden? You know, it's like, it's such like a mind fuck, because it's like you're circling in your head over if that criticism's right or not, and it's just like I like to avoid it, and like I ask friends if I want criticism on something or something I can improve on, because like they usually give me like a well-balanced argument of what I can and what I can improve on, what I need to improve on, and things like that.
Is that getting easier to take over time? Do you find yourself, the older that you get, the more time that you have on the platform, and most importantly, the more successful that you get, is that getting easier to take, or is it still kind of a gut punch every time?
It's definitely, I feel like I care more now, because I've been pouring more effort in my videos recently, and I feel like I care a lot more over what people think about them. Like, especially when it's like something that doesn't hit recommended, and I know like people are disliking it that are subs, because like I go into the analytics and sometimes and I see where the hate came from in a video, and I check to see if it's from recommended or subs. 90% of the time it's recommended, but sometimes it's subs, and that concerns me, because I'm like, what did I do wrong with this?
Right.
You know? So it's like, I think I care more now, because it's like I care more about what I'm producing and how I'm perceived, because I've come to learn that like if I want people to know the real me, I have to like perceive myself in a good way as well, because it's like that might sound fake, but it's like it's like the Cowboys example. If you're a constant cunt on Twitter, you could be the best guy in the world, but everyone's gonna think you're an ass. You know? Yeah. So it's like you have to be careful with how you word things and things like that, because people get the wrong perception of you, and you don't want that.
Right.
You know? So it's kind of like you're stuck in this like between a rock and a hard place, and it's just it's fun.
But now on the positive side of that, though, it does seem to be driving you in a positive way. You're not shrinking to it. You're not letting it bury you and not make videos. You're trying to figure out exactly what you're doing wrong and how to improve on that. So really, you're taking that weakness to a strength.
A gut punch, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it
hurts.
It hurts. Trust me, I understand that completely.
Yeah.
Thank God I don't get a lot of comments on my videos. Fuck, thank you, Lord. I don't know if I can take it. I'm 34. I'm weak as shit, son. I don't know, man. It's fucked up. All right, so all these things that we've talked about so far, I mean, it leads up to things that you've accomplished here on YouTube. So, proudest moment so far, aside from the 100K, of course. What is the one video or one moment that is? Yeah, you know, I'm not giving you the easy out. Come on, not giving you the easy out. Video moment, something it shines on your wall, man.
I have an answer for this. When I decided to start my excessive exposition series.
Okay.
That's the moment that I like the most besides 100K, because I feel like that's the type of content that I put the most in, and I research the most, and I put the most effort in, and it's like the whole concept is take an idea and display it excessively, and edit and like edit, display, and like go over the idea of excessively, basically. So that's the whole concept with that. And it's like the only problem with those is it takes a long time to make. I have one scripted and recorded. I just need to edit it now, and it takes a while because it's like it's a lot of keyframing and looking up pictures, getting the picture. It's a lot, but that is definitely the most proud moment I have besides 100K, because it's like that's the type of content I'm capable of making. So it's like it shows what I'm capable of in terms of video creation. You know, because it's like not everything I put out every other day content isn't what I'm fully capable of, because it's just like it's not enough time to be like what I'm fully capable of. But like that's a representation of what I actually am capable of editing and commentary wise. So that's why I like those. Nice.
Well, have there been any moments that have gone the opposite, the lowest moments that have kind of made you question, even recently, anything that's made you go, you know, fuck, I don't know, I think I might be done. Have you ever had any type of those moments?
I've definitely had lows. I've definitely had lows, like when I was questioning how I was making my videos, but I never thought like, oh, I'm done for. I've never thought that, because I've always seen YouTube as a game, and I've always seen YouTube as something you could be. I've never thought of it being like, oh, I'm done for here. Like, this is over. Because I don't think that's really possible in a lot of aspects, unless you're Leafy.
Yeah.
That is possible.
You only fail if you quit here, really. Even to a point, Leafy has proven that. He's still going on, still has 4 million subs, still gets plenty of views on his stuff. Just nobody talks about him anymore.
Plenty of money.
Oh, yeah. Nobody he's got no influence.
He's popular, but he's irrelevant.
Yeah.
So it's like, YouTube's the type of thing that if you give up, you lose.
Yeah, that's the only time that you really truly fail, I think.
Because it's like you can it might take 10 years, but you'll hit 100K at one point. You know.
Yeah. Look at Leon Lush. Look at Leon. Look what Leon is. Leon grinded his ass off. Probably one of the most deserving fucking creators on the platform. You can make the argument the guy was making 500,000 subscriber worthy videos 3-4 years ago. You know, and he's just now cracked it, and he's doing such great work now. He's a perfect example of that. You don't always get what you deserve, but if you keep grinding, there's a good chance eventually you're going to catch on, especially if you have talent at what you do. So that's that always makes
and it's like better. And Leon also started he really started pushing for basically hitting recommended and things like that with his videos, which is what it helped a lot. Especially he hit on Instagram comedians, which is a very it's a niche but popular market on YouTube. It's really strange how it works. I've made Instagram comedian videos and they've done exceptionally well for what they are.
You just can't figure out why. It's so weird.
I know why, in the sense of they stay in algorithm because of interaction and things like that, but it's I don't know exactly why that drove interaction and things like that. I don't it's just a video on an Instagram comedian.
What's the fascination?
Yeah, but Leon's been making great content for a while, especially his song covers from 9 years ago.
He kills it, man. Leon is probably one of the only people on the platform and I know I sucked his dick on the Alex interview as well. I'll do it again. I don't give a fuck. Leon, I love you. He's fucking amazing. I don't give a shit. He's one of the only people that I stop what I'm doing, and I'm always busy. You know, I stop what I'm doing to watch a Leon Lush video. I love what he does. It's so entertaining. It's really
Leon's great. Leon's fun to talk to and shit too.
Now I want to move on just a little bit here. Wait. So you've gotten to talk to him. What type of interactions do you have with Leon?
Leon's great. He's funny in real life as well as his content. And it's just he's great to hang around, and he's not stupid. He's sensible. You don't hang around with him and you're just oh, this guy's annoying. But he's fun to talk to and things like that. He's
basically
fun to fuck
exactly
around
how
with.
he comes off as. He is who we thought he was. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, he even brought Nigel to VidCon. We just memed it.
I know, Vega put him in a fucking microwave. It was great.
Because he was out drinking with Bunty, I think Brad and somebody else. I think it was the first or second night, and he went out drinking, and then we just hid Nigel, and he came home, and he was all in a drunken rage. I'm pretty sure it was acting, but it was still funny.
That's pretty cool.
So
That's pretty cool. I like that. All right, so moving on just a little bit. One thing that we've noticed, especially throughout the course of this interview, but I'm sure through all your videos, you're never short on opinions, ever. And that's something that's really good to have when you're doing commentary shit.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what is your take currently on the commentary community right now, and even more YouTube as a platform?
Well, we'll start the commentary community. We'll start the commentary community. It's not a community anymore. It's dead.
Oh, really?
It's dead.
Okay.
The only things keeping it together are gone. The reason it was actually a community at one point was because there was people. There was a big group chat with everyone just talking all the time, just being friends, right? But that's gone. It was a Skype group chat. It actually still exists, but it's so unbelievably dead. Like maybe like one message a week, right? It's unbelievably dead.
Is this the only thing that exists now?
Yeah, this is the brotherhood that everyone thought was like how creators got made on YouTube.com. Like there was a group chat, but it wasn't. It was nothing special. It was just people talking. So, and like now though, there's just like Twitter group DMs with people talking. And it's like, but like everyone's just friends. It's not like. And a lot of them make different content as well. Like we have a VidCon group chat with like everyone that went to the house, really, and it was like everyone's different in there. There's really no commentary community anymore. It's just kind of like friend groups at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you go back a year ago, everyone would have everyone that they were friends with in that group chat in their sub box pretty much. But now it's just kind of like specific friend groups. Everyone's kind of like drifted separate ways.
Why do you think that happened?
Because there was too much tension. People got upset over the most mundane things because they were all commentary channels. It was like people like the problem is when Leafy disappeared, there was no common enemy anymore. God, I can't speak. There was no common enemy anymore. So everyone basically started. They lowered their morale and they're like, this is where it's at now. Let's see who's messing up on this level. And then they basically just went after people for little to no reason. And it was like, that's why it got ruined. Like, there was a YouTuber, I'm not going to name him, but he wanted to make a video on Jimmy over a question in the DMs that he misinterpreted.
Really?
It took hours to get him not to make the video because it was so utterly ridiculous.
So it got that petty.
Yeah, it was a small. He wasn't listening to us. And, like, we were telling him, like, it's not that deep. It's literally just him. Like, oh my god. Basically, this guy made a video on people who made videos on Leafy at the time.
Right.
And he was friends with someone named Herotic. I'm pretty sure you know Herotic.
Yeah.
But the three people were Nick Cash, Herotic, and Jimmy. Right. The guy mentioned Nick Cash and Jimmy in the video, but he didn't mention Herotic. And then Jimmy asked, like, literally, this is what he said. Why didn't you mention Herotic in the video? Because it was video on people who made videos on Leafy. So it's like, why didn't you mention him? And then he takes that as being, oh, he wants me to make a video on my friend and backstab him. Not kidding. And then it took hours to get him not to make the video.
Holy shit.
Because the way. So it's like that's why it fell apart.
It's just for little things like that. Wow.
Yeah,
man.
Shit like that. It's just like, oh man, it was such a dumb situation.
That's insane. That's a good reason why.
Yeah.
Fucking wow. All right, and on to YouTube itself as a platform. Where do you see that now that
YouTube
that community's gone? I mean, what's there?
YouTube's interesting because it's like it's growing at a very fast rate, and it's far from dead. As many people think it's dead. I agree. It's like it's getting there as a platform if they keep up what they're doing. But they're reversing the effects of like the whole demonetization wave and things like that.
Seems like it.
But yeah, it's improving, right? And as a platform, it's far from dead in the sense that there's no competition. There's nothing to compete with YouTube.
No.
Nothing.
No. Amazon
Amazon has something, but it's such a private video sharing platform. It's ridiculous to get into, you know? And then VidMe, it's so far behind. They have no algorithms at all. They have nothing that you can like work with.
They're not going to be able to scale. They're just never going to be able to scale.
Yeah, it's literally just upvotes.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they have parameters in place like Reddit does for upvotes, because with Reddit, right? Reddit has parameters in place where you can't boost your content with upvotes from other accounts because it builds a relation between accounts that upvote the same thing. So I don't think VidMe has that. So it's like it's like YouTube is this colossus, and VidMe is like this little baby, and they're like fighting, and YouTube's definitely going to win. And it's like YouTube's only been growing. As much as I don't like the approach it's going to, because like I feel like people like RiceGum and Jake Paul and things like that, they definitely give the website a bad name, and that's because they're so irresponsible with their power. Like it's not their content. That's fine. I don't personally like their content. I think it's boring.
That's irrelevant.
But that's my opinion.
Yeah, it's completely irrelevant.
That's irrelevant. But it's the way they behave that gives YouTube a bad name. They're so irresponsible. Like RiceGum's getting evicted for being a party house in LA.
Right.
And like there was a video. It wasn't just a small get together. It was hundreds of people at the house, and it's like you set they're setting such a bad example for YouTubers. It's ridiculous. And it's like all the people that are like Zoella and things like that, like all the big vloggers in the UK who are scamming their fans with this whole thing called Hello World. You hear about that?
Oh yeah. Good God, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that's setting a bad name too, because it's like these are the people who represent us. Now, I'm not saying like I don't think Commentary or Keemstar or anything like that set a good example either. Right. I don't think we do. Because we're just shit talking people on the internet.
Essentially,
like we're more normal than anybody. But the problem is like the thing is not the problem. We never get as big as those people. The biggest one is Pyrocynical, and Pyrocynical is super mundane, like super mundane. He doesn't have any like no one in mainstream media cares about him, but everyone in mainstream media cares about Jake Paul, RiceGum, and things like that, and they're promoting them, right? And basically saying like YouTuber RiceGum, blanky blank. It creates a bad name.
Yeah,
it creates a bad name for YouTubers, especially the ones who work super hard in the videos and tend not to get the best output because of the type of content they make and the algorithm and things like that. And it's like those are the types of people that are going to mess up YouTube again, because like advertisers already sketched out right from the last incident, and it's like they're really iffy right now if they're going to stay or not because like the last incident. It's like, if RiceGum or Jake Paul do something stupid enough to the point where it's like advertisers don't want to be represented by YouTube anymore, we're probably fucked. Yeah. To some degree. I mean, like the thing with the advertisers is though, we knew they were going to pull back in because the problem is YouTube, like advertisers can't go to TV and be like, we want our ad for this blank demographic, because there's no kids under the age of 18 on TV anymore. Right. Very rarely. It's usually on YouTube because it's free. So these kids go on YouTube and they watch the content and like they enjoy the content and things like that, and they get ads. And kids are a lot more impressionable to ad, like the younger demographic. So it's like they're more effective, and it's also like a long-lasting relationship you can build with a company and a consumer, right? So it's a lot more effective to promote to young people. So it's like, so they can't back out for long, but it's like every time they back out, YouTube makes a change,
big change,
and that's what really that's what really boned all of us.
Oh God,
it's like. Because no one knew exactly what was wrong. All I knew is YouTube was constricting ad rates on videos because CPMs were fine, right? Like the amount of monetized playbacks you got to revenue, perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it when we were making like $2 off of a video, right? But the ad rates were critically low, like really bad. So it's like it's just the worry of YouTube making a stupid change again, because like this bot they put out. Terrible.
Oh God, yes.
Utterly terrible.
What is it learning?
It doesn't work.
What intelligence? It's not fucking anything from Terminator. I know that. It's not Skynet.
It has learned. It has learned. I give it that. It has improved a lot from when it first came out. Yeah. But it's the fact that this shouldn't even have been a case in the first place, because everyone on the platform got punished over a few bad eggs. Right. Like and like sure, like in a classroom, like one kid does something stupid, everyone gets punished. But that's like 1 out of 30 people. Right? This is like maybe 10 out of hundreds of thousands of people who live off of YouTube.
Right.
You know, like there's lots of people who live off of YouTube. Like there's a perception that there's like YouTube's not that big because it's like you're locked in your own region, but YouTube is huge in other regions as well. Okay. You know, so it's like YouTube's huge, and like that whole ad thing, it messed with everybody. Like everyone got hit by that. Oh, yeah. So
some communities more than others, obviously. I mean, like I was part of the wrestling community for a very long time. That is decimated. Wrestling community got absolutely decimated. And this is somewhere I wanted to kind of bring it to as well, because you were talking about YouTube not really having any competition. And I've noticed something about Twitch. Now, I don't know if Twitch now is competition. I don't think now, obviously. But they're making moves that 2-3 years down the line, and one of those moves is going to the wrestling community. They went to an organization called House of Hardcore, which is Tommy Dreamer's wrestling organization. And they made an exclusive deal where all of their shit is going to be on Twitch streamed live. That, to me, is a huge move, because that's setting a precedent that they're willing to do what YouTube is not willing to do. And if that continues, and they're doing it with IRL streams, they're doing it with talk shows, they're doing it more often. If they continue to do that, I don't think it matters about the upload as much if people are willing to go over and, you know, bring some of their content in a live form over to Twitch. They might be able to compete. Not sure when.
I think, see, the thing is, Twitch has they've added beta features that obviously showing it's pushing towards video.
Yeah.
The streamers can now upload clips.
Yeah.
Like edited clips to their channel. So they're obviously pushing for more video-based format. And I think they will. I think they're going to try to tap into the market. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Really?
Because I think Twitch treats their smaller creators worse than YouTube.
Ooh.
Honestly.
Wow, really? I just moved over it. And I feel more appreciated in a month on Twitch than I have in 3 years on YouTube.
By Twitch or by viewers?
By Twitch. I mean, like, I got affiliation in 3 days, and I'm nothing.
Okay, that is definitely a good program. I like that program.
Yeah, I love the affiliation program.
Their rev splits for smaller creators as partners are terrible.
I've heard that's true. I've heard that's true.
Which, it's like...
But you're still living off your subs. And, I mean, if you get big enough, that's not, you know...
Yeah, but the thing is, Twitch ads actually make a lot of money because they're super high CPM.
Very true.
So it's like that is a chunk taken away from you, and it's like Twitch also doesn't allow monetization for almost anybody, like unless you have a certain amount of viewers. You know, it's just like I think because Twitch has a lot of small streamers, right? They make their money off of donations, and it's like, but they run ads in those streams.
Yeah.
So it's like they're making money off your streams, and the hundreds of thousands of small streamers that get like 10 viewers, and it's like.
That's how they're staying afloat.
That's
how they're making money at the moment.
It's like they have to do what they have to do. I agree, but it's like at the same time, Twitch also has an endless money pot because they're owned by Amazon now. Yeah. So it's like money's not the huge factor for them in terms of like staying afloat. They can do it. They can do it without like they can pull a YouTube and stay nonprofit for years.
Right.
But Twitch is obviously making a profit. But it's like I don't know. Twitch is definitely a great platform, especially for streaming, and like it has made some great creators, but it's like they're definitely not like the angel in the situation.
Oh, I don't think they're the angel at all. I definitely agree with that.
Think,
yeah. They might be a viable alternative down the line, though. I mean, because now they are owned by Amazon, you know, they have the subsidiary there, and all of that. I think there's potential for them to compete. And now you don't like that. Now, why exactly? Are you just a diehard YouTube guy?
No. I like that. I like them competing with YouTube because that means both of them will have to improve, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I don't like the idea of everyone switching to Twitch as soon as they get something because it's like that could end up bad for them.
Yeah.
In a sense. Definitely YouTube needs competition, but like personally, I'd be uploading to both. I wouldn't be immediately switching, but I know lots of people that would probably immediately switch without uploading on YouTube still, like based off of just hating YouTube. And it's like, yeah, I don't like YouTube right now either. I love the platform as like what it is and like what it stands for, but it's just like it's such a shitter right now. So it's kind of like I don't know. YouTube definitely needs competition. I don't. Maybe saying like I don't like that was a bad way to put it because it's like I do like the competition.
Yeah.
But it's just like it really depends because Twitch is like the rev splits are worse than YouTube, and it's like not everyone makes a fuckload off of like donations and things like that, and it's like it really depends. And like I don't know the rev split for bits either, which is like something they implemented a while ago. I don't know the rev split for that. I assume it's probably lower than a lot of things, but yeah, their sub split's pretty low as well.
Yeah,
from what I've heard. So it's like it's not great, and it's not like
the sub split's 50. The sub split is 50-50. At the affiliate level, it's 50-50. I can tell you that. Yeah, I can tell you that for 100% certain. Yeah, it's 50-50.
They must have improved it then because
that's what I'm understanding. Everything is improving on Twitch. That's why I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah. Okay, that's good then, because from what I understood, like a couple months ago, I was told it was like 70-30 for starters.
Oh no, I got my affiliation after nothing. I got 50-50. It's wonderful,
okay.
and you get 100, and you get like I think you get like 95% of your bits. It's fun. It's so far. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm loving it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm loving it. It's pretty sweet.
I just heard the red splits were terrible a while ago, so
it's definitely improving.
Okay, that's definitely good then.
But on the YouTube side, I don't know if you know this about me, but I have momentary times where I can turn into a genie. So fucking here we go. Bow. You have power. Fix YouTube. How do you fix it? You have the ability right now.
What do I do? Like an actual plan, or like what do I like make my goal?
Yeah.
Well, big thing I'd fix is I definitely if I was like the thing is right, YouTube doesn't release certain things for a reason, and I want to know the reasons behind why they don't release certain things. I want to know what they think will happen, because I don't think there's an issue with people getting unsubbed on upload. I think it's just people unsubbing, because it's like it happens more or less. Yeah, I used to think there was an issue, but I looked into it more, and it's like it doesn't make much sense. It really doesn't, because when you upload certain topics, you lose more. When you upload a specific topic, you lose less. It doesn't seem like a wipe. And YouTube is doing a thing now where they're constantly adjusting your sub account, like constantly. It's actually annoyingly constant.
Yeah.
So it's like you can refresh your dashboard like 1 hour out of the day, and it'd be like down like 20 subs for no reason, and it could be up 10 subs for no reason. It's so weird. They're constantly doing that, but I don't think they remove subs on upload. And I also don't think sub boxes are ever really broken. I think it's people just not understanding that certain topics might not appeal to certain viewers. Like, for example, I uploaded 2 videos about gaming, right? Didn't expect much from them because they're gaming. My channel's not based around gaming. I uploaded a video on RiceGum, 46K views, right? And it's like gaming is such like a different topic to YouTube. I don't expect many views from it. And it's like I checked the videos. It's like I checked to see who watched it. And it's like video game content doesn't get put in recommended. It gets sub views though. People who like me and my content will watch those videos. It's like RiceGum video gets put in recommended and gets a lot of sub views. So it's kind of like you have to look and see what your subs are interested in. And it's like I don't think and you have to compare it sometimes too, because like subs could watch a video and gets low views, but it might not get put in recommended. Because the thing is like when a video does really well, it's probably not your subs watching it. It's probably getting immediately put in recommended. So it's like I don't think there's as many problems as people think there are.
Just more research has to be done by the individual creator.
It just doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I've looked into it. It just doesn't make any sense at all. And then the whole comment theory about YouTube scrubbing comments. I've looked into that theory. It doesn't add up. Like I've had comments the most vulgar shit on my channel. Perfectly fine, you know. And if it was the comments, it wouldn't make any sense, because I set a parameter in place to like basically like. It's like a beta option on YouTube. You can get comments up for approval, and I've done that. I just gone in and checked it all and said approve, you know. So it's like people like, because I want to see like what vulgar shit is being put in that, and like if it affects anything. It doesn't most of the time, and it's like I think it's more so the fact that YouTube's bot is slow.
So you don't think that it's people that, I mean, like I've had people come to me. I know Tommy's had people come to him. A lot of people have shown it, and Copious has had it as well, where people are showing evidence of them being unsubbed. They're showing evidence of not showing up in their.
It's a visual glitch.
You think it's just a visual glitch, so you do not think it's actually happening. You think it only appears to be happening. I
don't know about the sub feed thing. I haven't looked much into that. I think that actually might still be a problem. But the unsubbing from channels, I haven't actually had that happen to me personally.
Really?
But what I have had happen is I'll go to a channel page and the sub button will be red, right? And it's like, okay, that's weird. I didn't unsub from this channel. And then you refresh the page and you're still subscribed.
Huh.
That's happened to me dozens of times. So
that's just a visual glitch.
It might be, yes, and it might be you clicking the sub button again to resubscribe, because you think you're unsubscribing you. But
that
you're
makes
not.
a little
You're
bit of
unsubscribing.
sense. That makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah. So, like, that's what I found personally.
That's
it's like I don't think YouTube has much reason to lie over something like that to fix. It's like they did recently tweet out that there was a problem.
You're gonna get beaten up for that opinion a little bit, you know, because like that's a lot of faith in YouTube. You're gonna get a little beaten up for that.
They're okay. I'm biased because I've talked to a YouTube rep personally.
Right.
They haven't told me any of this, but like he's basically like talked to me, and it's like it doesn't make sense for them to want us gone. We make the money. It doesn't make sense. What, like, why would they give a commentary channel a YouTube rep if they want them gone? It doesn't make any sense. Alex has a rep too, so it's like it doesn't make much sense. You know, it just doesn't add up. So I mean,
I think
it's
like, but the counter to that is, then why bring in the massive celebrities and what they're doing, and why do some of the things that they've done, you know, supposedly, at least from when you look at the eye test of it, to kind of drive some of the smaller channels away and fill in with like the Kevin Hart's? Is it just to elevate the platform as a whole, thus making us all money, or is it changing the platform? I think it's.
See, YouTube's always been the supplement for TV, and it still will be, and TV will die. So I think it's to elevate the whole platform. I don't think it's supposed to push us off the site. The thing I don't like about YouTube, that I will 100% say, the trending page is fucking rigged.
Oh, God, no question.
100%. 100%. Maybe not in other countries, but in the US, it is rigged. Like, they deny it, and I don't know why, but, like, there's been countless times where it's like, this has been removed from the trending page, and this has been put up for no reason. So it's like, it is undeniably rigged, right? But with the sub-feed thing, that doesn't make much sense. I do know that for a fact, though, that YouTube does put you on home pages based off of watching, and I really wish there was more detail analytics into this, because it's like, I could actually check. Actually, maybe there is. There's a thing called... So basically, when you go to your views, there's like multiple sources for things. It's like, it tells you where people clicked from, right? I think it's traffic sources. Yeah. So you have browsing features, suggested video, and YouTube search, right? And a couple others down below, like notifications, channel page. But you click browsing features, but it tells you, it tells you how many views you get from the subscriptions page and how many you get from the home page, right? So let me check my sub views to see who's actually watching from where. Okay. So in the last, let's go to the October. So in the last October, so last month, I got, I don't know, what is this? Oh, this is just from the features. Okay. I got 136,000 views from the homepage, and then 95K from subscriptions.
Okay.
So I was much more prominent on the homepage and subscriptions for views.
Well, that's interesting. That's good information to have.
Yeah. So it's like, it all depends. Apparently, I have one view from the trending page.
The one. You got one from trending. Fucking amazing. Holy God.
No, it literally says that. That's retarded. Okay. But, yeah, so it's like...
So you just want more information at the end of the day. I mean, you think there needs to be more... Like everybody else, you want more transparency.
Yeah, I just want more transparency from YouTube, but it's like, I also, like... I want to, like... They're not going to tell me why, but I'd like to know why they actually hide everything they do, because like they do hide things. They do keep things under wraps, and I want to know why. Because it's like, you're not strengthening the bond with the creators. You're only ruining it. The only thing I could think of, it's like you're ruining like an illusion people have, and sometimes an illusion needs to be there, or else people will like, I don't know, panic or something like that. Because it's like, what I've noticed is, yeah, this is something that annoys me. People will like, for example, YouTube fixed their bot 30%. Like they made it 30% better. It has improved, right? And I saw almost everyone on my timeline basically like, oh, should have been fixed from the start. It's like, yeah, I agree, but why are you giving them shit for fucking progress? That doesn't make any sense. Like, they're fixing the website, and you're shitting on them!
It should have happened already. No, my God.
It's like, that's not going to help.
No, it's not. But, you know, but to be on the other side of it, too, it's like the more information that YouTube gives us, the more we can make money for them. We just have access to more tools. And I think Casey Neistat, one of the things that I did really like about the video where he did like some people didn't like the way he called out YouTube. I personally did, because I think he gave certain ways that it's very obvious how they can give us more tools, especially with the trending page. You know, if they showed us why these videos are on trending, whether they were paid for by the creator, whether it was an editor's pick, whatever, if we had that information, it would really fucking expedite things, but help things a lot. At least know if we're on the goddamn radar.
The issue is, though, is like, the problem is YouTube doesn't want to cater to people like you and me, because it's like, we're not the people who watch YouTube constantly. We're the people who make the content for people who watch YouTube. The people who watch YouTube don't care about any of those features.
Right.
You know, the rep told me this, and like, this makes perfect sense. YouTube doesn't really care about what's produced, and like, they don't care about what their ads are on. Personally, what they do care about, though, is They do care about pleasing the advertisers to get ads. That's what they care about. If they could put ads in everything, they would, right? So it's like, basically, YouTube wants to keep the viewer on the platform as long as possible.
Oh yeah,
that's basically it.
That's always retention.
Yeah. So it's like, so it's like, that's pretty much all I want to do. And it's like, if there was things on the trending page like this is paid for, this isn't, blah blah blah, that would only like push away people who like are basically normies, who like go to the trending page for like funny videos or something like that, or trending things, you know. So it's like,
so too much information could be good for us, but it could scare away the average viewer.
Wonderful.
No, you know what? That is the best explanation or counterpoint to that I've heard. I've heard nobody give that counterpoint yet. I got to give you fucking mad props for that, because I have not heard that counterpoint yet, because that does make it's perfect sense. It's simple, because all the information that would be good for us would scare the fuck out of these casual viewers, the normies, even though I hate that fucking word. Scare them right the fuck off. They're gonna be like, oh, this is uncouth. I'm gone. Yeah, no, I could see that. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the majority who watches YouTube too. And it's like, there has to be certain algorithms in place that keep viewers engaged, because like, to be honest, I don't like, personally, this is coming from experience. People don't know what they want to watch. I don't know what I want to watch most of the time. Like, YouTube's algorithm does, though. I'll click the most stupid shit on my fucking homepage because it's like, oh, that piques my interest. So it's like, the subscription feed is definitely important, because I've never had an issue with it not displaying videos, but it's just like, it's such a complicated thing. It's not as simple as people think it is.
Right.
And it's like, I wish it was that simple. I wish it worked as everyone thought it would, because that means everyone will get more views, right? But it doesn't work that way. Yeah. And I think the reason YouTube, like, because I remember a while ago, didn't YouTube switch the homepage from subscriptions to like a homepage?
Yeah, it was really annoying too.
Yeah, everyone hated that.
Everyone hated it.
But like, the reason they did that is because they know that people don't know what they want to watch. So it's like,
it feels like it shouldn't be this complicated at times. And I think that's why people think
it shouldn't be.
Like, there are times when I feel like YouTube is being nefarious as fuck. There are times when I feel that way. I feel like YouTube is working against me. But I can understand why that's also irrational at other times. Because, you know, there's plenty of evidence to go both ways with it. Because if you're believing YouTube is being nefarious, then you are believing that they are trying to actively push people off of the platform that inherently make them money, which does not make sense unless you believe it's for political reasons, which is a different argument altogether.
And even then, like, the problem with that political argument, it's like, I agree lots of Google is liberal, but YouTube and Google are separate companies now.
Yeah.
They're not the same thing. They're both under Alphabet. Yeah. Which, like, yeah, they have close relations, and I'm sure they work together on projects, but like, they're not the same. And the difference, like, I don't know. I haven't had any, like, I still get people in my feed that are completely against liberal attitudes, like the current liberal attitudes, like it's more centrist than anything. But it's like, I still get stuff like that in my feeds. Like, Joe Rogan's in my recommended on the homepage right now. So it's like,
doesn't get more edgy than fucking doesn't get a lot fucking more edgy than Joe Rogan. I mean, that's true.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't think there's anything like super in place. Definitely the trending page, I can agree with that.
Sure.
But it just doesn't, like, the only thing that worried me is that YouTube has, like, they have admitted that they do play with it a little bit for some political channels, namely Alex Jones.
Yeah.
They admitted that they push him back a little bit. And but I don't understand that either, because there's a video of Alex Jones on the homepage talking about Michelle Obama being a man. Like, that was an actual thing on the no, not the homepage. It was on trending. It was on the trending page.
Yeah, it's weird at times.
It doesn't make sense. Like,
I think that's the problem, is there's so much inconsistencies when you can look at little things like that, when it seems like, I mean, you had a good argument, you were going, and then boom, you make your own fucking counterpoint to it of something so ridiculous. Like, how the fuck does that happen? It's YouTube. It's fucking crazy.
Like, at the end of the day, I don't think YouTube's inherently evil. I don't think they're out to get creators. I think they're out to get as much money as possible. And I think that, like, but also not damage creators in the process, because they could have kicked all of us off. There's a reason we're not terminated.
No, that's true.
You know,
there's some truth to that.
It shows that, and the fact that they terminated Derv, like, if you think it, like, I personally think he should have just, like, they should have given more warning. But if the fact they terminated Derv means they do care about the ecosystem, You know?
No, that's
because it's like.
And some
it's
people
like
are
they wouldn't
still
have gotten rid
against
of it.
that, though. Like, there are some people who were against Derv, somebody who was fucking cheating the system, you know, cheating his goddamn viewers.
Like, I think Derv, like, the thing with Derv was a good kid, but he was just too obsessed with getting it back on YouTube, in my opinion.
Right.
So it was kind of like he did everything he possibly could, which is like, it's a hustle. Yeah, I agree. But it's like, I think they should have gave him more warning because they didn't give him any at all.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't give him any warning. So it's like, I think that should have been done before they terminated him completely. And if he messed up the warning, that's his fault, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's like, yeah. So it's, yeah, it's a big thing. I mean, like, I don't think YouTube's out to get creators. I think they're out to please everyone. That is
definitely an interesting take that not a lot of people. I hope people actually listen to that and didn't dismiss exactly what you said as soon as you were kind of like on the pro fucking YouTube bandwagon. And some people will simply say that's what you were doing. If they listen to some of the things you just said, none of it was fucking crazy or illogical, you know. But it's so much easier to look at the big bad. Yeah. It's so much easier.
Like, yeah, it's much easier to point at YouTube and be like, it's your fault that my video is doing bad. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, sometimes there definitely is problems with notifications and things like that. And I do agree there are obvious issues. Like, if your video completely underperforms, you know there's a problem, right? But it's like, it's not as common as people think it is, in my opinion. It just doesn't make sense for it to be that common. And like, on a site this big, it functions how it should. And I think most of the time it's working as it properly should, because if it didn't, I think YouTube would have like died, basically. Because it's like, I get people that I watch all the time on my home feed. Like, I rarely go to the sub feed because it's like people I want to watch are on my homepage. So it's like, it's recommending me things like it should. It's
such a
like,
big platform. It's so big.
It's so complicated too. That's the biggest problem. Yeah. YouTube does have problems, like with their algorithms, things like that, that are bugs. But it's like, the reason they have those bugs is because YouTube's just piled code on top of code.
Right.
That's all they've done. You know, like they haven't like
they haven't fixed the entire system. They just keep fucking just putting more spackle on it. Yeah, no, that's a problem.
Yeah. So it's like, that's also why. But it's just like, I don't think YouTube is bad as people put it out to be. I definitely do think it needs to fucking fix its shit, because it's getting to the point where it's kind of like, eh. I mean, like, Twitter's much worse in my opinion.
Oh God, Twitter.
In a lot of ways.
Good Lord.
I'm starting to despise Twitter because it's like,
it's the worst.
Alex shouldn't be suspended.
No, it's ridiculous. Unless Alex was doing some shit in DMs that none of us would fucking expect Alex to be doing.
So this is probably what happened. He probably put like a keyword like die or kill or punch or something like that, and the bot picked it up because someone reported it, and then it was like, oh, bye, you're gone. You know, it's like, oh man, Twitter's gone to shit.
It's awful. It's awful, and it does seem to be targeting the Brits. It seems to be just targeting those motherfuckers. It's too fucking funny.
I think it's like, I don't know. I think Twitter like oh my god. The only reason I want to be verified in Twitter is not because I care about the stupid tick. I care about getting terminated, and it's anyone who's verified doesn't get suspended. So it seems like a good deal to me.
It might work out. I've got a couple more for you, just nothing too hard. We're going to kind of have a little bit of fun at the end here. So a couple of personal preference questions for you to wrap this up. Best creator on the platform, who do you watch more than anybody else at the moment right now?
Okay, best. So the person I watched the most and the person I like the most. Two different people. Actually, I have three. I'll give three people and
give me three.
Why.
I like that.
Okay, I watch Review Tech USA. Most people don't know who he is.
Do
but
not
he's a
know
channel
what
who
that
uploads.
Is,
yeah, he does current events, and like he's very blunt with his opinions, so I like him. Even though I disagree sometimes, he's very blunt, and it's like he doesn't sugarcoat and things like that. That's why I like him. So like he uploads quite frequently as well, like 3 times a day. He's one of those channels, so he hits all the current events and things like that. So I watch him, and then I probably watch him the most because he uploads the most. And then second, I'd say is IHE, because his videos are so well done.
He's so good.
I just enjoy watching them. And then third is probably Chris Raygun, because it's like, I've met Chris, and like Chris is exactly how he is in his videos, basically. Like the accent's exaggerated, but he's basically like the type of guy you see in the videos. So I like that. And then like the videos are always super well done. So
Before I ask you the next question, there's something in the chat, and this is interesting because I was on the episode with Tommy when this got brought up, and this may make you hate me for a second, but I don't give a shit. I think we're bonding here, right? Because, by the way, look at me really carefully in the monitor, okay? Like, look on the screen. This is what you're going to look like in about 20 years. I'm telling you now, because that is what I looked like when I was your age. Just let you know, you're fucked. Accept it. Get a Zelda hat. It's happening.
At least I'll get a full beard. No, neck beard keeps growing.
That's right. The beard is glorious.
It's just annoying.
But there is something that happened. It was kind of interesting, and I do kind of want to bring it up. I'm gonna try to bring it up as delicately as possible because I don't want to call you a rip-off guy or anything like that. But there was an incident that happened with a tweet, a meme, not that long ago that was posted to Tommy. I can't, man, the meme is escaping me, but seconds after, it was very, very quick after, both you and Alex reposted it, but didn't give credit to what happened there. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was a Kevin Spacey meme. It was yes, what happened?
Yeah, no, Alex sent that in the group chat and I nabbed it. And then he's like, I got that from a Tommy C retweet. And I'm like, oh, well, it's already up.
So he admitted it internally. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah, like we were in a Discord call and he sent it to me in the chat. And I'm like, that's funny. And I'm going to nab that. And it's like, I thought he got it for like Reddit or something. And then like after I posted it, he told me. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah, because the fuckheads were pissed. The fuckheads want blood, Spartans. They want they want your shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Thank you for answering. Okay, so now that we got that, there you go, fuckhead. Shut up. It was fine. It's fine. Quit crying. Okay, they knew. It's fine. Okay. So I asked you who's your favorite. Now, who do you think's the biggest problem for the platform? Aside, you talked about a few of them, but the biggest, the overall, what's gonna kill it?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Yeah, I think
Jake Paul. Like, Jake Paul's so bad, YouTube doesn't even want him as a face of YouTube. Like, they just don't. Like, YouTube does not like Jake Paul. So, like,
he's done some borderline criminal shit.
Yeah, no, he's done criminal shit.
Yeah, it's not borderline.
Like, people throw the word slander around way too much for like what it actually is, but like, he actually slandered Faye's banks, like 100%.
Had FaZe have lost anything, it would have been a case, but he didn't lose. That was the only problem. You would never be able to prove defamation in court.
He could, because he could get people saying they lost respect for him as fans.
It's not. But for court purposes, it's got to be monetary. There has to be a monetary damage shown, and that's the problem with it. That's the issue. Yeah. There was no monetary damage. He gained from that situation. So that's why I think FaZe never went to court with it, because he knew his lawyer was probably telling him, we're not winning shit with this. Not happening. But,
even though like it was entirely on the right, it was a lie. But, yeah,
it was an absolute lie. He absolutely made something up about it. And there's no question about that. But the only problem is Jake's so fucking reprehensible that FaZe gained from it. So it's just a catch-22. Like, maybe some people call it a catch-33. Yeah, that makes me sad to say. It hurts. I can't make my own jokes on my own stuff. It's not good. Okay. So.
Jake Paul uploaded 4 minutes ago. He revealed what famous girl's name is tattooed on him.
Oh, God. Hopefully it's Betty White, you fucker. I can't. Okay. Of all the things that you've done from inception to now, what has been, well, you actually already answered this, as a matter of fact, the most interesting and entertaining topics that you've been able to cover?
Most entertaining topics. I like the abstract topics, and no one really covers very much because it's like, I think they're a lot more interesting. Like I like the YouTube drama sphere. I think it's interesting as well because it's interesting to see like how these people react to certain things and things like that. But I definitely like the topics of like Tariq Nasheed and manipulation of YouTube the most, because it's like those two topics are such a rabbit hole to dive into. They're fun, like especially Tariq Nasheed. I found so much shit about Tariq Nasheed. Like he does so much like no one knows this, but like not many people actually, but a lot more now. But he does like GoFundMe's like every fucking month, and like they're so painfully obviously fake. Like they're obviously not real,
Right.
So like that's why it's interesting. So.
Oh, that's interesting. Now on the flip side of that, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like for example. And then like there was lots of things you could link him to that were terrible. Like I'm trying to think of an example because it's like this happened so long ago and I can't remember the top of my head. But I just remember like it's terrible. Let me find my Tariq Nasheed timeline Oh my god, docs real quick. Okay, let's see what I said.
You got a whole fucking file on Tariq. I love that. It's like
I do, yeah.
He's worth it.
Oh yeah, no, he's such like a huge like hypocrite basically.
Oh, God,
like,
he's awful.
everything he's done is for monetary gain throughout his entire career. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, everyone does stuff for monetary gain, but it's like he like lies to people's faces and baits off of racial.
Oh, he
tension
race baits. He
yeah.
uses sexual gender. He does it all. I mean, he's really just he runs the gamut of fucking repugnancy. He really does.
Yeah, he's a con artist.
Yeah, he is.
So
very good, very good description of him. On the other side of it, what trends do you wish that you could just kill right now? What's trends on YouTube that you wish you can just put a fucking just douse, put the fire out?
Nothing trending.
No.
There's nothing really trending that I could like. I mean, like
video styles, anything like that. Any type of video styles you wish would die out. I mean, some people would.
You know what? There's one thing on YouTube that I really don't like, and it's IRL streaming.
Really?
Some people do it right,
yeah,
but a lot of them do it terribly. Like,
I've come around on this. I was with you. I've come around on this. I've actually kind of started digging it because I do it now a little bit with breakfast and beer. It's
no. It's totally fine. Like it's totally fine if you're like don't get me wrong. Like some people do it right, but it's like. I see lots of channels that are big, just going around harassing people, just being a complete nuisance, and like it's so bad. And it's like you're just causing so many problems for people in the public when they don't want to be there. And it's like that's what I don't like. It's not like you just sitting there talking, going around places like Andy Milanakis does it well.
Yeah,
you know, like Ice Poseidon would do it better if he didn't get swatted 24/7. So it's like it just causes so many problems.
Yeah.
And like people are like the people who do it tend to be like the most outrageous dicks a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like one guy named Hampton Brandon, like he was part of the Twitch thing. Like his fans are retarded. Like I can say that with confidence. They're stupid. And it's like they watch him and they just see like this guy like running around being a huge ass, basically.
Oh,
so
that's
like,
the fucker who sexually harasses people and shit, right? He's the one who like
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. That's the type of stuff IRL streaming is like bringing out though, because it's like people like watching retards go around in public harassing people.
Yeah.
It's funny, but at the same time, it's like you know these people are real. This is not like fake, so it's like then it's not funny anymore. So, yeah.
That's interesting.
It's
there you go.
that's what I wish I could stop.
IRL, fuck them. Okay, I can get behind that to an extent. Just don't kill breakfast and beer. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, the people who do it right, like, they perfectly fine. Like, any will knock us to do it right. But, like, the people who are harassing people and is overall being a huge nuisance, like, no, go away.
Fair enough.
Yeah, go away.
I can't tell you how much I've appreciated this. I've had an absolute blast, by the way. Learned more about you than I ever thought I was going to. You have such a really good grasp on... I don't think anybody realized that you were kind of like a YouTube savant, man. You put out some shit that I think you really changed some people's minds. I'm not trying to suck your dick here. It was really fascinating to listen to. So I'm going to ignore all that, though. We're going to do something frivolous to close it out. A little fun little game that I like to do when I do interviews. Just get your reaction to a couple of classic YouTube and commentary buzzwords. You game?
Okay, go.
All
yeah,
right,
I'm ready.
First thoughts to come in your head from these 5 words. Let's start with cuck.
Onision. That's obvious. That one's obvious.
Pander.
When I think of pandering, I actually think of like I think of Boogie because he's been associated with so much, but I don't think he panders. That's like the worst part.
Okay.
I don't think Boogie panders, and I think pandering goes both ways. I'm gonna touch on this for a little bit. I think pandering goes both ways, with negative and positive, because pandering is just like giving an audience what they want, basically. Yeah. It can go both ways.
Right.
So.
That makes sense. Relevancy.
Rice Scum and Keem. Those are the 2 people on the top of my head.
Dick Rider.
The people who got screwed over by Leafy to some extent.
Oh. Okay.
Because it's like that's how they got in that position.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them, but it's like, yeah.
You were riding a dick and you got fucked. I mean, how surprised can you be? Yeah, no, it makes sense. And finally, everyone's favorite, hypocrisy.
Everybody. Everyone's a hypocrite to some extent, you know? Like everyone's done hypocritical shit. It's just people who have done it the most. You know? It's like, yeah.
It's the ones that are so blatant that you can't ignore anymore. No, that makes perfect sense. Perfect.
Yeah, like sometimes someone will trip over the word and say something wrong, but it's just like every other sentence is just like contradicting each other is a problem.
Tariq's a perfect example of constant streams of hypocrisy. It's fucking wonderful.
Tariq's all like, fucking, why do they make everything about race? Best tweet.
Fuck these white supremacists. Why are you thinking about race? Yeah. Fuck you, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man, I can't thank you enough. I had an absolute blast. Anything you want to put out there at the end? Anything that we touched on that maybe we didn't get a chance to go a little bit farther on? Any projects that you'd like to talk about before we get you out of here? Anything like that?
No, not really. I hit my mic with my headphones, but not really.
You did. You tapped it a little bit.
Yeah, I think we've talked about everything pretty much.
I really appreciate it, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button on the way out. Show a little bit of love. And go check this man out if you've yet to do so. Subscribe to him, man. He's got a lot of good things to say. And hopefully, if you just go to his videos and you don't know enough about him, maybe you have a little bit more context now, give WildSpartanz a shot. I like him a lot. And you're welcome back anytime to try and help me become more relevant myself. So, much appreciated.
Come back anytime. Help me.
Drag me up the hill, man. Fuck.
I'd be down. I'd be down. Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys very much for joining us right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Keep it copious, folks. Remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented fucking friends. We'll see you next time. And peace.
That's a good outro.
Hey guys, make sure you hit that subscription button. Look at me dance. Look at me dance.